Hi everybody. I never thought I'd find myself doing book reviews, but there's a first time for everything. On the internet there's slatingly banned reviews for the book Getting the Most Out of Rootsmagic 9. I've read the forums. A lot of faithful Rootsmagic users are blaming anybody but Rootsmagic. They're blaming Amazon, they're blaming the ink, they're blaming the printers. And then there's the more objective people that are looking at it with an analytical eye and saying, no, this is Rootsmagic's fault. But let's face it, if you're going to get something published, you're going to have a look at it before it actually goes out to the market. So the buck really stops with Bruce Busby. He's president of Rootsmagic. He's the author of the book. I now have a look at the book. Here it is here. I ordered one for myself. I'll open it up here so that you can see the print quality. Faint. When I opened it up in front of my wife, she says, oh, that's hard to read. So the reports are true. This book is well substandard and it's very simple. It's a colour manuscript printed in grayscale. For me, it's just the latest in a long line of Rootsmagic failures and a long line of could do better. But the startling thing, and the reason why I'm making this video, 4 weeks ago this was released. Has Rootsmagic made a statement? No. Has Rootsmagic made any corrective actions? No. My late mother always said, be true to yourself. Be honest with your customers, as without them, you are nothing. So I wish Rootsmagic had stepped in and done the honourable thing 4 weeks ago and said, look, there's been a mistake in the printing process. We're correcting it as quickly as possible. Everybody will get a refund. I got this from Amazon and the full knowledge that I was going to return it because I no longer use Rootsmagic. I got in touch with Amazon and I'll show you the process I went through. I told them it was a substandard product. It was very difficult to read. And Amazon done the right thing. Amazon refunded it. They refunded my carriage. So I didn't need to return the book. It's just another reference manual on my bookshelf. I see a lot of performance issues with the most up-to-date version of Rootsmagic, that's Rootsmagic 902, being dismissed on the forums. Sometimes the posts get deleted. A lot of the time there's a little loyal band of Rootsmagic users on there who basically try and shift the blame for everything to your computer, your memory, your wireless mouse, anything but Rootsmagic. That is not the way forward for any software. I'm going to produce a little video to cement those current issues into time, and they're always there for reference. If you want to follow the journey of truth and revelation, see some general usage genealogy tips and also some more methods within Family Historian, then click the subscribe button down below, followed by the bell to get notifications. So let's dive into the book. Here we are on Amazon, and I've searched for Getting the Most Out of Rootsmagic 9. You can see that Getting the Most Out of Rootsmagic 7 also shows up, except it's not available. Let me just move this down slightly. So the reviews, how to get the reviews is hover over the stars. Getting the Most Out of Rootsmagic 7 had 81% 5 stars, some 4 stars, some 3 star, 0 1 star. If we look at Rootsmagic 9, the majority is 1 star. There's only 21% of people, for whatever reason, were happy with that book. If you move to the See All Customer Reviews, scroll down, I want to see the 1 star reviews. I found it impossible to read without aids, poor print quality. UK buyers avoid this book. Print and paper quality is very, very poor. It doesn't matter whether you're UK, US or Australasia, the print quality is going to be the same, and I'm going to explain to you why. This person has hit the nail on the head. Not in colour as shown in the preview. Poor quality printing, unusable, difficult to read, print disappointing. Then from other countries, we have print, especially in tables, is almost impossible to read, too small and too faint. I can't review the book as I can't see the text. Very poor Amazon printing. That's unfair. This is not Amazon's fault. This purely lies at the door of Rootsmagic, and I'm going to show you why and put aside all those myths. Print is too light to be useful. Okay, let's have a look at some of these images someone has put on. I can't review the book when I can't see the text. You can see that this is decidedly faint. I'm not going to go into it in detail. There's the cover. I can agree with the cover being like that because I have the copy. And here's another example. If you look very closely at these areas, but this is meant to be a title. Does it look like a title? No. But in the original manuscript, how this was distinguished as a title was because it was in colour. It's not in colour in the print. Amazon did not decide to print it in black and white. Rootsmagic decided to print it in black and white. And it's more dollars for the old cash register. This bit here, what's in Rootsmagic, and this bit here, how the book is organized. Look at this one. The background color is almost indistinguishable here, but that is color in the book, and it would make it very clear. Some of these things, these lead-in sort of texts, are actually highlighted in a different color, and that's what makes this black and white or grayscale version of the book very challenging and very difficult to read, and why people have universally slated it. If you go back to the header, click on Getting the Most Out of Rootsmagic 9, what you need to do is look inside. I think you can just click on the book. So here's what it's meant to look like. So the inside page, which is almost indistinguishable, I can show you that. Getting the Most Out of Rootsmagic 9, this bit's in color, this bit's in color. The author's name is in bold black and white. This isn't high resolution, it's just here to give you an idea. So this, when you see this about the author and conventions inside the book, this is indistinguishable from the grey sort of text. That error lies firmly at the door of Rootsmagic and ultimately Bruce Busby. He's the president of the company, he's the author of this book. He would have given the final sign off on this. Getting down into some of the detail, I think we might have seen this on one of the user things, introduction, what is Rootsmagic? So these are two distinct different colours. And even though this is not high resolution, you can easily see that these define different sections of the book. This is almost, in the grayscale version of the book, you can't really distinguish this at all. Here's one of the tables. The addition of the colour looks good. Here's one of the faint highlights that's very indistinguishable in the grayscale version of the book. And here's the other highlight at the top. If you got this in good resolution, I would say people would be universally happy with it. These headings do work well enough when you see them in colour. Now this, Albuquerque, Bernalillo, New Mexico, that would be indistinguishable from the rest of the text in the book itself. And that's where the problem lies. So it says here you're viewing a sample of the paperback version. I would say this will disappear from Amazon. So it's in my video and that preserves it. Bottom line, from a legal point of view, this is what you saw in the shop window, and when you get the grayscale version, that is not what you bought. So let's look at how to go about getting a refund for it, or at least processing a return. Go to the returns and orders, find the item in your orders, click on the title itself, scroll right to the bottom of the Amazon page, just before where this grey colour turns to black, and find customer service. Select the item. Here we are, getting the most out of Rootsmagic 9. Now I've already had this refunded, but I'm going to try and walk through the process and see if it will allow me, because it was just a refund I got online. I didn't have to return the book. So refunds, I'm going to say collection of return unsuccessful. I'm trying to get to a particular option that I want to show you, and there we are. So try those various options, and you want to get to this part where I need more help. Customer services. Chat with us. I would ignore that. I would go for the request call now. So I got a call back from Amazon within less than 5 minutes. They're very, very quick with that. I explained to the operator that the book was of very poor quality, very difficult to read, and not as described on the website. I also explained to her that it was not convenient for me to get out of the house and process a return for this item. After all, why should a customer be inconvenienced, even in the very slightest, by getting an item that is not as described? That's the bottom line here. So the girl, there was no conflict. The girl just says, right, what I will do, I understand that. I'll process a refund for you. And she went ahead and processed a refund, including the carriage costs. I says, what do I do with this book? And she said, dispose of it. So I now have a Getting the Most Out of Rootsmagic 9 book, which I'll probably not use except for reference because I don't use the program anymore. Those who follow my channel will know that I'm now using Family Historian 7. But not having a copy of Rootsmagic 9, at least I can lift the book and see how things are dealt with. I can still see all the chat that's on the Facebook group and all the problems that are being reported on a daily basis. Whether you're the person or the couple of people who gave a 100% review to the book, you didn't get what you ordered, because what's described on Amazon is a colour version and what you got was a grayscale version. My opinion, and it's only my personal opinion, Mr. Busby, or whoever was acting as his agent, seen the production costs of the colour version on Amazon and went, oh dear, let's go for the grayscale option. The most disappointing thing for me is that the silence from Rootsmagic on this issue has been deafening. One of those Facebook posts had 102 comments. How many of those comments were from Rootsmagic? 0. So burying your head in the sand and ignoring the issue is not a good approach. This is 4 weeks ago this book was released. You should have come clean by now, told your customers there's been a mistake. Even if it's only an oversight, we can all make mistakes. Redress the issue, give people a refund, or at least get the colour version out as a replacement. This has been another very disappointing chapter in the company's history over the last couple of years. Rootsmagic 8 was a complete failure. Rootsmagic 9 still really has all of the bugs that Rootsmagic 8 had. It's just got a few extra features, which 2 of which at least should have been added to Rootsmagic 8. People aren't happy with that, and that's another video all of its own. By the way, this is Rootsmagic 7 as an ebook. If you're smart enough and you search around, you'll find this online. There's how that title page really should look. Nice, bold, wee splash of colour. We'll shoot on down through the book. This is how the latest book should look. But some, I can only say, cost-cutting option has been chosen at the end. There's the same, just noticed there's the same Albuquerque brown. So this book has just been updated to show the Rootsmagic 9 issues. I've only just discovered that. Obviously a different screenshot for Rootsmagic 8, but most of the text is the same, the layout is the same, but it's just been sent off to the printers and printed wrongly. That's not Amazon's fault. Look at this nice bold in here. Now, why didn't they do that in the Rootsmagic 9 book? Keep going to say Rootsmagic 8, but Rootsmagic 8 never got as far as having a book. You can see these highlights. They would be indistinguishable in the other book. But yes, if you're smart enough, you'll go out and you'll discover this book. Look at this lovely bold sort of heading. This is all what's missing in the Rootsmagic 9 book. And what's making it so difficult to read? It's a very colourful one. So yes, bottom line, this is what you should have got, and it's not what you've got. So follow the steps I gave you earlier. Go off to, how would this ever show? How would this ever show in the new Rootsmagic 9 book? You wouldn't be able to distinguish these people at all. So go on to Amazon, follow the steps that I described earlier, get a call back from them and tell them this is not what I ordered. This is not what's described on your website and I would like a refund. Explain to them that it's not convenient for you to return the book. After all, you shouldn't be inconvenienced by someone else's mistake. I would say you'll end up with a book which is of limited use, and I would still hope that the colour version appears in the future, so that those who have challenges with eyesight and reading all get a manual that they can read and discern. I hope that's cleared up some of the smoke screens surrounding the book and put all of the facts in one place. It's very easy to understand once you see everything presented well, but it's actually the book publisher that's to blame here. It's not Amazon that's to blame. That colour manuscript, I would have been perfectly happy if I had received that. But that's not what I got, and I'm sure most people would be very happy. I would encourage anyone who's disappointed to go off to Amazon, get the book refunded, and that's how you'll make a difference. Once the sales go to rock bottom, Rootsmagic will react, and I do hope they come out very soon and make a public statement as regards what has happened here and what course of action they recommend to redress that. I think the perfect solution would be a free ebook. I don't know what everyone's objection is. It's not just Rootsmagic. Other programs have an objection to supplying ebooks. They can be supplied much more cheaply. And what if everyone in the world had a pirated copy of Getting the Best Out of Such and Such a Genealogy program? That's bound to be beneficial for sales. Anyway, if you got anything from the video, and I do hope you did, click the like button for me. And if you want to see further factual videos, then click the subscribe button followed by the bell. Thanks again for your time watching this, and go and get that $17 or £14.50 back into your pension fund where it belongs.